Hello, everyone, here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Calmsden here, and I was just up by our house here, and I happened to notice this push mower sitting out in front of the house here. Yeah, I think I recognize this push mower here. I have an all-wheel drive. Color scheme very much looks like a Husqvarna, I would say, or Husqvarna, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So yeah, all-wheel drive Husqvarna push mower. Yes, everyone, all-wheel drive, like a push mower, one that is all-wheel drive. You know, your tractor's got four-wheel drive, and your vehicle's got four-wheel drive and stuff like that. This is an all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive, however you want to say it. Push mower. Yeah, rather interesting. Anyway, since last episode, finished up baling, selling all the bales. Obviously, we finished up the harvest there as well last episode of the oats. Didn't even actually look. How many oats did we end up with? Here, let's go check here a minute. 166,000, not too shabby. This episode, I'm going to figure we're going to move on to the sorghum harvest. We got two fields here that are ready to harvest, both 6 and 10. And you know what? I think with our new field entrance exit here, I don't think we need to take the head off, do we? Yeah, I think we can just sneak right on through here. Now, if it'll fit through here, that might be the only question. No, I think we got this. Let me just lower it down there so it sneaks in underneath the tree. Perfect. Look at that. I guess I probably could have turned it on and started harvesting right away. Okay, fire it up. Oh, we need to unfold it first. Okay, fine. We'll unfold it first. Oh, okay. I was going to say, for a minute, I didn't think it was working, but that's right. Nope. When it comes to sorghum, we're only taking just the head of the sorghum off and leaving the rest of the plant. So, and at first I thought it wasn't harvesting, but then it's like, oh yeah, nope, a little closer look there. It is too harvesting. Gotta pay a little closer attention, that's all. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna start the sorghum harvest here this episode. You know what? We might just harvest this field ourselves, Owen. Just go up and down the field ourselves here for a change, just a little bit something different. Why not, right? We've been having course play do the harvesting here lately. I think maybe it's our turn, and then of course we'll maybe either have a hired worker course play, maybe finish up the field here at some point, and probably the next field, but I think it's time to do a little harvesting here this episode. Well, of course, I have to probably get the grain cart over here, everyone. And then we'll just unload into that. Grain cart definitely works much nicer. You know, when you look at the size of the grain cart next to our Kloss trailer, wagon, not entirely sure what you call that type of trailer, I guess. As I said before, at least when it comes to wagons and stuff like that here in the States where I live, you'll typically see, I would say, 1 of 3 different types of grain hauling pieces of equipment. Obviously, you'll see the semi-trailer and some sort of hopper bottom. That is probably, at least for the bigger operations, the most common, everyone. So basically a truck and a gravity feed trailer, right? Then for the smaller operations, Evan, you'll see gravity wagons or small grain trucks. Can't say I've really ever seen any of the trailers like you see in the game, but we just don't, you have to go to the whole category here a minute. You just don't see trailers like this here. Wow, that looks more like a dump trailer, but trailers like this, Evan, like I said, you just don't see them around here. You don't see those. You don't see these type of trailers typically, at least not for hauling grains. Again, it's pretty much hopper bottoms like that or gravity wagons like this. I don't know if I actually have a grain truck at the moment. There might be somewhere, but you know, kind of just fascinating if you ask me the differences there between European and American farming equipment. Again, one of the things I've noted many times before, everyone, is the, at least if you ask me, everyone, is the excessive complexity of European farming equipment versus American equipment. That does, unfortunately, seem to be bleeding over into the American equipment a little bit more now, but oh well. That being said, obviously the hopper bottom trailers, those still are pretty much what they are yet. Those haven't changed a whole lot. And you know what we might do, Evan, with this field, seeing as how we're leaving quite a bit of stubble behind, might look at maybe getting a mulcher or something for this field. That seems like this would probably be like the perfect application for a mulcher or a high-speed disc. One of those two, Evan. One of those two seem like they'd probably be a really good choice for this field here. We'll see once. Maybe just a mulcher just for something different. Actually, speaking of mulchers, didn't I think I downloaded a couple of new ones here. Let's see. Where's my mulchers here? There's the rollers. Mulchers are up here. Yes, there they are. Oh, nope, guess not. Or if I did download them, I didn't enable them, which is... happens. Oh, yeah, we're definitely not going to make it all the way around the outside edge of this field, are we? Already 88% full here now. We're definitely going to be running to grab that grain cart here in just a moment. And we are full. Okay, let's go tab and see if I find our grain cart here a minute. Nope. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? There's the trailer. Let's grab this trailer here a minute. While we're in it, our Kloss Carrot 140, I think is that T or TD? Kind of looks like a D. I'm going to say that's TD. I could probably look in the shop and probably say, but just, just for the fun, everyone, if we pull this up next to our grain cart here, I mean, obviously having the grain cart is a little bit bigger, but what is it, 20-some thousand? I forget actually exactly what this one holds, but 20-some thousand versus 77,500. Just doesn't look like that much of a difference, does there? Really doesn't. But yeah, 77,200 or 2,200 bushels. Again, at least in the States here, when we typically use bushels. None of that liter metric nonsense. Okay, to the field we go. Wonder if there's any European farmers out there actually using any equipment this large. A Demco 2,200 bushel grain cart, or any brand grain cart for that matter, that is that large. And this is not even the biggest one either of them, so keep that in mind. They get even bigger than this one yet. Okay, we'll just turn around here, pull up next to the combine, let that unload. Now, I wonder, can we fit this entire field in the grain cart? We've done pretty good at that so far here on the oat fields. I've been able to just, fit the entire field, or, well, everything we needed to in the grain cart anyway. Once we're finished doing the headland, I will park this up in a nice, convenient spot, probably up somewhere near the top end of the field, or maybe even just leave it here, because this is a pretty good spot, too, now that I think about it. And our silo, I believe that's our silo straight ahead here. That little silo you see sticking up there behind the roof line. I've been using the Farm 2, or the Silo 2, I guess. I don't know if it's Farm 2, Silo 2, something like that. Here a little more recently, it seems a little bit easier to unload there and pick up from there. Plus, it does sort of work with the AI worker. Now that I've removed a few things, it might actually work better, too. We'll have to see once here. Although that one sign is still there yet. That might be a problem. There's kind of two issues when it came to the AI worker with that one. One was down by that stone wall there. A lot of times the hired worker like to get stuck in that stone wall. We had the bulldozer take care of that one. But then there's also a sign up by the main farmyard. Hired worker likes to get stuck on that too. There's like one sign, and then across the road there's another sign right next to it. Opposite side. I think they both face in the same direction too, if I remember correctly. Not sure what the point of that is. Or maybe they are facing opposite. I'd have to go look again. But yeah, for some reason, the hired worker, having the AI worker, it likes to do some crazy loop-de-loop around by the main farm there. I don't know why it doesn't just keep going straight down the road, which it could do. It doesn't for some reason. It's got to pull into the field across the road, if I remember correctly. And where it pulls around, turns around, And then it pulls into the main farmyard, goes around the main farmyard there, pulls back out into the road there by the driveway. But it's weird. I don't know what the hard work is doing that for, but... Oh, you're opening with right click. That's interesting. I don't remember doing that before. Can I change that so it does not do that? Because, yep, there we go. Always been my preference, Evan. I don't like to have the mouse open horseplay HUD. Especially when you're dealing with pieces of equipment that have mouse controls. You really don't want that then. So that has always been something I've turned off even in previous versions of the game. Okay, like I was saying, I think we'll do one more headland here. We got GPS on this comment, and we'll get GPS set up, and we'll start going up and down the rows here on this field. And a reminder, everyone, while we're going up and down the field here, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. And then if you'd like to follow me on the rest of my social media accounts as well, you can find that information down below in the description there, Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff, everyone. Usually trying to post some updates there occasionally, including updates of the mods we're working on. Have not been working on any mods here as of late, everyone. For those of you who've been following along in the live stream, you'll know I've been working quite a bit of overtime here at work lately, so just have not had the mental capacity to work on those here as of late. But yeah, we're almost finished with the sweep plow one. Those who remember the sweep plow we were working on back in Farming Simulator 19. We converted it over to 22, and like I said, it is pretty much almost done here at this point. Just a few little things left to figure out and fix on it, which could either be really quick fixes or really long fixes. All depends on how quickly you figure out what needs to happen and how to do it. Oh, let's see what's going to be the best way to harvest this field when it comes to setting up GPS here. That does look fairly straight. What kind of angle are we looking at here? 160, give or take a little bit. Of course, I can look down at the mini-map for that angle. I can look up at the two additional angles. I still have not figured out what the overlapping is. I know someone in the comments said the headland management mod is one of the angles. I presume that's the one in the box, but then someone else said the enhanced vehicle is the one in the box, so not sure. If we get bored here while we're waiting for a combine to unload, maybe we'll look into that here again further. You know, again, when you just, after a while, you end up with so many mods that just have overlapping functions. It's pretty much up to, personal preference, which mod you like for whatever function it's doing, right? Whichever one you like better. Pretty much have your choice. Again, you got the vehicle control add-on, enhanced vehicle. They kind of, to some extent, have overlapping functions. I believe even, someone correct me if wrong, I think vehicle control add-on even has like four-wheel drive and diff lock stuff now. Which, of course, is always kind of an enhanced vehicles thing. But then enhanced vehicle also has stuff that overlaps, to my knowledge, into vehicle control add-ons. So they both have like guidance type lines and stuff like that. Anyway, speaking of enhanced vehicle, let's go take a look at the controls here a minute. Let's see. Enhanced vehicle. Open config menu, right control plus numpad slash, huh? Numpad slash, interesting. Right control. Ah, yes, there we go. Headland mode, nothing. Headland distance, working with. Snap angle. Oh, those are the lines. HUD track assist, HUD differential lock. Yeah, we can turn that off. That's the differential there. HUD position, damage, parking, fuel, RPM, engine temperature. This thing is values weight. That's interesting. Track assistant. Parking brake. Thought someone said the enhanced vehicle mod had one of the angles that's being displayed on the screen, but I don't see anything about angles here. Or possibly it's just an option you can't turn it on and off. That could very well be. Or I'm just completely missing it. That could also be. Oh well, anyway, back to harvesting. Go ahead and put that pipe away. And we'll go back to where we left off here on the headland. Almost finished with that side. Just a little bit left, so. Oh well. Okay, there we go. Back in business harvesting here again. Set the cruise control. And now, yeah, so much nicer, Evan, now that we have figured out that the vehicle control add-on was responsible for that keep speed setting. Yeah, we don't want that turned on. That was definitely rubbish mode right there. Oh, let's see if we can find some comments here in a moment. Let's see, Godspeed Transport was saying, great video. I was not sure I'd like this map, but turns out I enjoy it. Thanks for all the videos. And again, too, by the way, Evan, for anyone looking for a really nice map to play on, highly, highly recommend this one. Yes, Evan, I know it is European, but as far as like European maps go, this one's not terrible. This one's actually pretty good. Yeah, there are a few gates and hedges and stone walls and stuff like that here and there, but for the most part of it, they're not bad. Obviously, in my case, Evan, I've taken the liberty of bulldozing a few of those over. And, well, the gates, you folks know the story on the gates. For those who don't know the story, by the way, I attempted to sell the one gate and get rid of it. Turns out, Evan, when I sold that gate, it said it was the chicken pen. So I'm like, well, I don't plan on doing chickens, so we'll just go ahead and sell it, see what happens. Sure enough, everyone, when I sold the gate, the chickens disappeared, even though it was the gate. And not only did the chickens in that gate disappear, everyone, so did every single other animated or controllable, maybe I should say controllable, door, gate, opening device, anything that basically opened, closed on the map disappeared. It was gone. So all the doors, again, if you go to the main farm, that's why there's no doors on the building. They're all gone. Well, again, I don't know why the mod author did it that way, Evan. Because, yeah, I was actually looking for the gates in the map, everyone, in the map i3D file in Giants Editor, and none of the gates were there. It's like, okay, well, it must be being dynamically loaded somehow. I went looking through what I would think to be all the normal locations for that one, and I could not find them. And I forget how we did that. I think, oh yeah, we're looking at what, cleaning out that building, if I remember correctly, that one. I think I was trying to clean out that building, and then I just happened to click on the gate. It's like, oh, let's us demolish it. That's interesting. Of course, it said it was the chicken coop. But, oh well, it's gone. So just an FYI on that one, Evan, if you play this map and you don't want the gate, go sell the chicken coop, get rid of your gates. And then, of course, if you want to get rid of some other stuff too, everyone, you know, you can just open it up in Giants Editor, you know, hide the visibility, make sure you uncheck the collision, and then you can now drive through that area. The trick there, everyone, when it comes to removing stuff from a map, make sure you don't delete it out of the i3D. Yes, everyone, sometimes you can get away with that. A lot of the times you're not going to be able to, because if you delete something out of one, that changes the order of everything. And the XML file that is associated with the map, and might as well just say mod in this case, I mean, because pretty much every mod out there has an XML file and an i3D file. The i3D file contains the 3D visual for the mod. The XML contains all the code that controls the visual, the 3D file, right? And that XML file uses node references to locate those pieces in the i3D. And if you delete something out of one, you change that order, and yeah, who knows what might happen. Might not be good. So your best bet, everyone, just hide the visibility of something. Make sure you turn off the rigid body collision, and then you should be good. Or just turn off rigid body, and that should fix it too. So sometimes you got to be careful of that one. Sometimes the game doesn't like it if you take a rigid body off of something. So usually I just uncheck the collision from the rigid body. You don't have to worry about it. Could bring the crane cart here, I suppose. We'll just drive to it. We'll drive to it. Ethan was saying tillage is definitely common everywhere, but a lot of research is showing it's not great for the soil. That is what they're saying. Yes, they're definitely pushing very heavily now, everyone, for more no-till farming practices. In particular, having no-till with like cover crops and stuff like that. Obviously, everyone, one of the problems with no-till can be weeds. Weeds can become very persistent if you're not using some form of tillage. You get them, and that is one advantage, I guess you could say, of tillage. Tillage pretty much takes care of the weeds, right? There ain't no weed out there that is lasting through tillage. At least not immediately after, anyway. You till the ground up, it might come back eventually. Although, as it usually is a fresh plant, right? And depends on what type of tillage you're doing, too. That, everyone, is actually one advantage of possibly moldboard plowing. Moldboard plowing can help with the weeds because you're taking the ground and essentially flipping it all the way over. And again, as long as that ground gets flipped all the way over, that weed is not surviving that one, everyone. Weed's not coming back from that. Okay, not sure why I went this way. I think I was going to go back to the other end of the field. But oh well. We could also start here, everyone. This does look like a fairly straight edge of the field as well. I'm going to just start here because, like I said, this does look fairly straight. What kind of angle are we looking at here? This is, if we straighten out here, about an 80, huh? What do I have for GPS lines here a minute? We have, I got a 67. I do have an 82, huh? You know, that looks like, nah, that's definitely not right. Nope, we need more like a 75. What's a 67 look like? No, yeah, more like in between. Pretty sure we had one for this field. Now, like I said, was it 157 maybe? Go look the other opposite end of the field and see what this looks like. This might have been the one. Or that possibly was the 170. Christopher was saying a good video, keep it up. Plus, I'm on the console. Hey, thank you very much for that there, Christopher. And yes, Christopher says he plays on the console. Which I must say, even the console has not been immune to the whole game crashing this time around, everyone. Oh, that is not right. Okay, what angle did we use on this field? Because that's not right. The 157 obviously is not right. We need something looks like about the 162, maybe 165, 164, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah, I'm going to say like 164. Well, easy enough, everyone. We could create another one. Just A plus heading. We'll do 164. And we'll just save that here as well. 164. Add that to the list. Okay, that's not quite right either, is it? Okay, more like 162, 161. Oh boy. Okay, great. Well, let's try that again. A plus heading. Well, let's try 162. Pretty soon we'll just have one for every single angle at this point, right? That looks pretty close to me, that one. That looks pretty close. Okay, let's go ahead and set the width on that. I'll just go ahead and move over here so we get a little bit of overlap too. So even if we are off by a little bit, hopefully we won't miss too much. There we go. Gotta say, everyone, I still like the GPS mod, or guidance steering mod in this case. Although the vehicle control add-on mods, guidance steering is quite nice as well. Derek was saying headland management. I'm assuming he's replying to my question I asked about the angle. Which, okay, interesting. There's only one angle at the moment. What happened to the other angle? Oh, I like it. One angle's good. We don't need two angles down there. Oh, now there's two angles down there. What in the world? Also, something is turning on inching, isn't it? Wonder what's doing that. That's probably vehicle control add-on too, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Evan. When I push the Alt key, it says Alt inching. And then turn on I don't think that's GPS, though. That's... Oh. Well, very, very interesting. I've never noticed that before. But yeah, if you activate the GPS, Evan, that removes one of the angles from the HUD down in the bottom right corner. Or either that, it moves it up in such a way it's overlapping. I can't quite tell, but that is weird. Very, very interesting. Brad was saying, I don't let the vehicle control add-on mod anywhere near my game. And also, I think there's a brush hog kind of device in the game. I think it's in the forestry and will let you grind stumps. But I think it also gets rid of shrubs. Ooh, now you say that there, Brad, I think you might be right on that one. I think Brad is right. Let's see, if we go down to forestry equipment here, I think I know exactly what he's talking. Yes, he's talking about these things right here. I wonder if those would work on it. Well, it's a little late to try on the ones I removed down by the farm there, everyone. But we can maybe try those on some of the other hedges here at some point. We'll have to remember that. Oh, that's not the right one. Yes, go back to the forestry equipment here. So yeah, we got a couple to choose from there. Yes, those look like they do some damage. Exactly what we need. What is it? Oh, there's the regular stump grinder. Okay, they actually finally have a different stump grinder in the game, Evan. We've had the same stump grinder now for the last, what, 3 games, I think? Is that what it's been? I think that's what it's been. Oh, let's see what's here. GPS is saying I'm on line -2 here already. That must be new. I don't remember doing that before. Or if I did, I just never noticed it. Which could always very well be. I do notice, though, that guidance here is definitely not very quick sometimes about correcting and getting online very quickly. Seems like you definitely need to get it straight on right away before you actually activate GPS. And as I've said too, by the way, everyone, once you have GPS, guidance steering's GPS bought on a vehicle, you can no longer use the enhanced, or the vehicle control add-on GPS. That seems to disable that. Not sure if that's vehicle control add-on that's doing that, or I would assume it's probably vehicle control add-on, and when that just automatically disables itself when it comes to buying GPS guidance steering on a vehicle. Yeah, weird. Now there's 2 numbers there. Huh. Why is doing that? Actually, weird. Well, let's go look at guidance steering's options here. What do we got under here? Show us dots. Fuck. What happens? Oh, now it shows us lines. Hey. Ah, so we got line thingy or dot thingy. I did not even know you could actually change that one. I guess what's your preference, lines or dots? Either way, it doesn't really matter much to me, I guess. As long as it works. speaking of working, wow, it is time to wrap it up here this episode already. So with that one, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.